everyone, it's Maki. Today, I would like to discuss mobile suits from the Universal Century. I make introduction programs about them, but they tend to end up quite long. So, I'm planning to create commentary programs that focus on small details. This time, it's the GM. It's the Earth Federation Forces main, mass-produced mobile suit. Today, I'll be talking about the GM's cockpit. By learning about the GM's cockpit, you can find an answer to the question, why was the Earth Federation able to win? You will also gain a strong understanding of the concept of a mass-produced mobile suit during wartime. If you like, please consider joining the 99 cents per month membership to support my channel. As a thank you, you'll receive a name badge and comment stamps. Alright, let's begin the analysis. As you know, the GM's cockpit does not use the core block system. This system stores the core fighter in the torso and is also an escape device. It was installed in the Gundam. The core block system is often mistakenly believed to have been adopted to increase the pilot's survival rate. While that idea is not incorrect, it is not the whole truth. The main purpose was to recover the learning computer. The prototype Gundam was required to efficiently obtain and recover combat data. For this reason, the core block system was installed to reliably retrieve the data. Therefore, there was no reason to equip the GM, which was designed as a mass-production mobile suit, with the core block system. That said, it is also not incorrect to say that the core block system was not adopted because it was expensive. The official Encyclopedia of Gundam Officials even states that the core block system was too costly to install in the GM. Without the core block system, the GM's escape capability was weaker than the Gundam's. However, its performance as a weapon improved in other ways. For example, because the structure around the GM's cockpit was simplified, it became possible to store parts inside the armor that had been exposed on the prototype's exterior. One example is the part on the Gundam's waist. This yellow squared component is often discussed among fans as a mysterious part. Different sources describe this component in different ways. Sometimes it is called the helium core, and other times it is referred to as a propellant tank. The GM succeeded in storing this component internally. While the exact role of the yellow part is still debated, it does seem true that leaving it exposed is dangerous. Now, I mentioned that the GM does not have the core block system installed in its cockpit. However, this point also includes something rather tricky. Even though the system is not installed, the core fighter structure was still inherited. The core fighter is, of course, a weapon classified as an aircraft or space fighter. The control stick and other cockpit structures also follow conventional aircraft design. If the core fighter is used as the cockpit, then the Gundam's cockpit structure is naturally based on aircraft design as well. The GM did not adopt the core block system. In other words, there was no need to reuse the design of an aircraft cockpit. Nevertheless, the GM inherited the Gundam's cockpit structure. To pilot a mobile suit, which has a structure completely different from that of conventional weapons, it would undoubtedly be more efficient to adopt a dedicated cockpit design. Yet, the Earth Federation Forces reused an aircraft design for the GM's cockpit. This is another element that strongly reflects the GM's nature as a machine designed and produced during wartime. The GM was the first mobile suit that the Earth Federation Forces formally operated. Naturally, the pilots were also newcomers. However, the war with the Principality of Xi'an had already begun. Therefore, it was necessary to convert conventional weapons pilots into mobile suit pilots. In this situation, a cockpit based on the co-fighter's control system was extremely effective. Pilots of aircraft and space fighters could use a cockpit with a similar structure to the systems they had been flying. Additionally, thanks to the Gundam's combat data, the GM could operate efficiently as a mobile suit. Thus, the Earth Federation's mobile suit pilots could soldier to the battlefield as rookies of mobile suit pilots, but with extensive experience as soldiers. The GM's cockpit, a plain yet important feature, helped lead the Earth Federation forces to victory in the Xi'an War of Independence, sometimes called the largest conflict in the universal century. Thank you for watching all the way to the end. See you again in the next program.